The Slam Pigs Podcast.
Sunday night, May the 22nd. This is your WWE Extreme Rules 2016 post show. I'm Travis here on the Slam Pigs podcast. Once again, the third show this week. Alongside Michael. How you doing? Welcome back again.
Oh, I'm here. I'm ready to go. I'm a little fired up tonight. We're going to get into that a little later.
Ricky Morton fire.
Ricky Morton fire is on hand.
What about Robert Gibson?
Robert Gibson can go fuck himself.
Well, do you want to get that out of the way first?
Nope.
You want to
We're
wait
not
till the
getting
end?
it out of the way. Nope. I got more important things to discuss before that.
So that's your light work?
But just to let you know, there's going to be a little response to something coming up later in this show. And I think AMV Dark Angel knows what I'm talking about. For those of you who don't know, AMV Dark Angel went ahead and posted a little video on YouTube in response to...
Well, where can they find that video at under AMV Dark Angel? So guys, check out our friend Lee. And his site has got some cool game
I'm not
content.
plugging his channel.
Well, I gotta do my part as the host. See, I gotta play moderator between you and our friend from jolly old England across the ocean.
I don't have any friends from England. Let's be clear right now.
Tonight was Extreme Rules 2016.
It's in the books.
It's in the books. A lot of people seemed it was a mediocre show. I'd have to agree. Pretty lackluster. A lot of low spots.
Seth Rollins came back.
Seth Rollins made his return tonight, as we called on the show the other day. So let's go ahead and get that out of the way. The main event, we put it at a B. We did our grading during the match. It seemed like just a bunch of spot after spot, not a lot of storytelling. Like the first match, in my opinion, was much better. Roman Reigns, AJ Styles for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Roman Reigns retains cleanly off of everything in the kitchen sink. Styles clashes normally on the chair. Superman. I don't think we saw the Superman punch though. Not
on Styles. We saw it on the club. On the Ham Club.
Hope you brought the bread and no mayo, because Michael doesn't like mayonnaise.
Fucking hate mayonnaise.
The club got a win tonight, though. Clean, finally.
Is mayonnaise from England?
I don't know.
Sounds like it should be, because it sucks.
That's your prerogative. I love mayonnaise.
Well, that's great for you.
But the main event. Michael, your thoughts on the World Heavyweight Championship match?
I like the match. All in all, I thought it was okay. I don't think it was as good as their first one. I think we can agree on that. I thought their first match was a lot better. There were some good spots, some bad spots, some filler time. I'm not talking Miller time, I'm talking filler time.
We don't do Miller.
We don't do Miller in this house.
Or Dennis Miller.
No Millers. But
Was there a wrestler with Miller? Is the last name?
Ernest
the Cat. Well, I do a little bit of Miller in this house. I love the Cat. Shout out to Ernest Miller. He was in The Wrestler, remember? The movie.
Yep.
Were you a Cat fan? Off topic.
I'm
Because when is that ever going to come up again to address Ernest Miller?
glad we got Ernest Miller on here.
Hey,
He made it.
it happens.
He made it. He made it to Slam Pigs podcast.
You never know. These post shows are up in the air. There's no format. We just pop a couple tops.
You know what I like about Ernest Miller? He's American. That's what I like about Ernest Miller.
You're relentless with this. Lee, I'm going to go ahead, and it's my job as a moderator. I don't think Lee said anything offensive. I just thought he meant, if you want a battle of wits, mate, I'm your man.
He's not Australian once again.
I can't do it. Just like your argument with him on YouTube about Neville and he's from Oxford or wherever.
He's a Georgie. I guess he's from the country of Georgia, which is a country, not a state, which is a state in the United States.
Ray Charles sung a song.
I'm pretty sure he's not from the state of Georgia because I've heard him talk. Sounds like he's got toilet paper in his mouth, just like all those English people that talk.
Hey, Neville.
Yeah. Neville, I got toilet paper in my mouth so I can't say my words properly. Which makes sense, because their teeth look nasty.
Well, I just
But that's what I like about Ernest Cat Miller. He's American, he's not English, and his name isn't Lee.
And he had a good James Brown dance moves.
He did.
And he had the slippers and
right.
Sonny Ono.
That's right.
Shout out to Sonny Ono.
Shout out to Sonny.
Somebody dropped something. I don't know.
Yep.
The show's been full of background noise lately. Some errors in our new setup.
You got you hitting your head on light bulbs.
Yeah.
We got a little extreme in here on the last show.
And sorry to disappoint. Austin was not coming out. I know
No.
some of you might have thought that.
Yeah, it didn't happen. That was definitely a pretty duddy Austin entrance. If you
We've
listen
gotten
back.
a lot of positive feedback about our last episode. Some people said it was our best so far. So
Really?
Thank you guys so much.
Appreciate that.
I'm glad that me nearly concussing myself was to your entertainment. So whatever I can do,
So they liked it on Twitter, did they?
they loved it.
We got a couple
I
questions
don't know if they're
tonight.
laughing at me or with me.
We got some.
Sadly,
questions
I
tonight.
don't. I think because we've had 2 shows this week. I don't
No, I
think,
saw one.
Did you?
Yeah, it's from our little British fuck friend.
Oh,
Yeah,
who's that?
Lee.
All right. Do you want to
Yeah.
get this question out of the way? Or you want to
Nope.
wrap up this main event?
Nope, got more important things to talk about.
All right.
Yep. He'd go right on the sideshow. Right now, we're going over Extreme Rules.
Well, the main event. I think you were taking off how you. What did you think about the main event and with Rollins returning? And where do they go from here?
Definitely like the Rollins return. Pardon me, a little fired up tonight. Having trouble getting my words out.
You got that hot tag.
I got
earlier.
that hot tag. I got that Ricky Morton fire going. But as far as the Rollins return, I'm just hoping it's not going to be a dud. I'm hoping they're not just going to feed him to Roman Reigns and that's it.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't think.
I'm hoping he gets his belt back, first of all.
I think he's definitely in their eyes on a different plateau than AJ Styles.
Well, I'm hoping he gets his belt back. I hope Roman Reigns does not make it to SummerSlam with that belt.
But the match. Did you enjoy the match, or did
Enjoyed it about as much as that.
that? If that stinks, I'm gonna stop the show, and you're gonna go outside. And it's raining. Also, it's been raining all fucking day.
Yeah, we're in Pennsylvania, folks. Evidently, we are in Florida, even though we live in Pennsylvania because it rains
Well,
every goddamn day here.
I'm sure Lee can relate because it probably rains a lot in England.
Well, I definitely know there's not a lot of sun there because they're all pale.
That was in no way meant to throw it to him for that. So, I apologize on behalf of my co-host here. He takes things a little personal sometimes, but that's what happens when you love pro wrestling. You love to debate, as Michael and I do love to debate if we feel strongly about something. But
You just awoke a sleeping giant.
It's coming.
Lee.
I think-
I hope you know.
I think Lee goes on vacation in like 4 days. And I think it's happening. Possibly next show is Lee.
Oh, I'm ready.
Next number. This isn't number 12, is it?
This is
this
number
tech-
12.
Are our post shows counted? Because I number them, but I can't even remember.
Yep, we did count the post shows, so this
So-
is number 12.
At Lucky 13 should be with
Or unlucky 13 for Lee.
the great debate, as we're going to call
Yeah.
it here.
There might even be a little video response for Lee after this.
Border Wars.
I always told myself I wouldn't let the viewers see my face, but might have to respond here.
Well, hopefully the camera doesn't break if either one of our faces are on there. So,
Well, it ain't gonna break if I'm on there because I'm fucking sexy.
well, I'm not completely vain and self-centered. So, the main event though, solid B across the board from us.
Yep, give it a B.
It was pretty obvious Styles was not winning the world belt. I think he takes a little time off to heal up his wounds. But Rollins, it was a good looking return. He's got some new tights, some gray,
Black hair,
black hair, looking like
no blonde highlights or any of that shit anymore.
son of Sandow.
Yep.
Kind of looks like Sandow.
Yeah, a little bit of Sandow, a little smaller.
But we can both agree he's fucking jacked.
Yeah,
right
he
now.
definitely looks like he's been doing a lot of work in the gym.
That CrossFit's paying off.
Or, like I said, maybe a little bit of the magic healing up quickly pill.
Some of the Magic Cena dust.
Yep. Which they test for evidently in WWE, but
Is
they
there,
never pop.
you know, that is another question. Why is Cena? Is it coincidental that he's the top face of the company, number one merch seller, their go-to guy, but he's always back miraculously early for injuries?
Yeah, like now.
For
He was supposed to be
like
out 9 months.
For a decade,
Yeah.
this has happened.
He's supposed to be out 9 months, and he's magically ready to
Remember-
go in 5.
The 2008 Royal Rumble.
Yep.
He was
Came back. That was in Madison Square
He
Garden.
was supposed to miss WrestleMania that year, but he
Yep.
came back to Rumble.
Yeah, I wonder how that happened. They say steroids. They say steroids really help you heal quick, but that's just a rumor. Hate to call him out like. Actually, I don't hate to call him out like that because that's what I do. But why do they keep trying to pull the wool over our eyes? Either let it be legal in the company or not. You can't just let certain superstars use it and get back quick and then say that no, they're tested.
And
We're not fucking stupid.
The
okay?
fans aren't as dumb as you think we
No,
are.
well, that's just like I said. We're not stupid. Okay?
Back when I was 14 years old, I could look at Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner and be like, yeah,
No
come
shit.
on.
Yeah. Nobody gets like that naturally.
yeah. It has its costs. The raging out, the shrinkage.
The killing your family.
Everyone would, well.
Yep, I took it there.
That's all right. I'll
That's
go
what
there.
I do on this show.
Chris Benoit is a piece of vicious shit,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't mind bashing him, bringing him up. It doesn't affect me. Some people get offended bringing up Benoit, but not here. I
Get
think
offended
it's.
by Benoit. You
I don't know if
shouldn't
it's a
listen to
sick
the show.
thing. I think the whole trial was just interesting to like look into and watch documentaries on. There's conspiracy theories about Kevin Sullivan, which is ridiculous. It was fucking Benoit. Let's admit it, people.
Let's quit pulling up Vince and
Horse steroids
Yeah,
or whatever
like-
he was on. He was
yeah.
on some crazy shit.
yeah, he was already depressed, obviously. So you bring pills, alcohol, drugs into the equation when you're already depressed. It's just not a good mix.
It's a recipe for hate. But that was your main event.
Main event: Reigns retains.
It looks Money in the Bank.
God,
We have-
why does that have to rhyme? You know Vince loves that. Reigns retains, baby. He's back there, and he's back there on Gorilla Spot. He's saying, "Yeah, baby, Reigns retains."
Tell Cole to say Reigns retains.
Yeah.
Or he's fucking fired.
Yep,
I do a horrible Vince. It's chloroform, man. I got a compliment on my mach.
much better Macho. Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely do a little better Vince.
That can kill a man.
Yep, you got a good Mach.
But that was your main event, bro. Yeah. See, I bet I lose it after a while. My mach.
yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to get that crisp, perfect macho tune.
Uh-huh.
Some people can nail it.
I got a good Vince though. You
A
know.
lot of people said this was the best match of the night. Your fatal four-way for the IC belt. The defending champ, The Miz, with Maurice versus Sami Zayn.
Did you have to say Maurice?
Hey, it's a post-show, baby. That's what
Okay.
happens.
Well, Natty Bo's in the house, obviously.
Hey, go O's, man.
Hey, how about them Baltimore Orioles?
For all you guys that aren't fans of the Orioles, fuck you.
Well, that's probably definitely Lee because he's in England. Do they play baseball over there in England?
They play football, which is known as soccer over here.
Yeah, which is also not
I'm sure.
watched.
And yes, they play baseball all over the world.
Do
It's
they
not
play it
just-
in England?
They play it everywhere. Japan.
they?
What the hell was that?
Do they play it well?
Is that your phone?
Yeah.
Well, why don't you be a little professional next time and turn it down before I have you kicked out of here?
I'd like to see you try.
Huh. Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Cesaro against The Miz. Fatal four-way. Best match of the night. Michael, you want to kick this one off or you want to feed it to me?
Hell of a match here. I give it an A+. And I don't give too many matches an A+. Spot after spot after spot in this match. Everybody got their shit in.
Makes you horse of a
It does. I was on the edge of my seat
Got
for
that
this
Steve
one.
Lombardi effect.
Oh, yeah. I was on the edge of my seat for this one. So many good spots here. Too many to really explain. Just, if you have the network, go back and watch this match. It was fucking awesome.
You had a wrestling gasm watching this.
Yes, I definitely went a little bit in my pants during this match.
Well, let's move on from now. It was a great match. Like you said everything I was going to say basically on that one. The Miz retains.
The Miz retains.
Didn't see that. I honestly thought Cesaro was going to get the belt.
Yep.
I did.
Either him or Owens.
But all these guys are probably going to be in the Money in the Bank, including The Miz, possibly.
We're going to get to that later on in the show. Also, guys, the next pay-per-view, Money in the Bank. Live, baby, live.
Can't
On
wait for
pay-per-view.
that. That's one of my favorite pay-per-views of the year.
Because that's where you're going to get your big surprises.
Well, and that's where they take the stories and they shift them midway through
Yeah.
the year, you know?
That's where you see who's basically going to get to hold that belt soon. At some point, that person's going to hold the belt, and we're going to do a little prediction show. Hopefully, they do a women's Money in the Bank like we've been talking about.
Well,
We're gonna
Charlotte,
do-
let's go ahead and say that. Charlotte retained.
Yep, Charlotte retained her belt, but we'll get to that. But hopefully, they do a women's Money in the Bank later on in the show, guys. We're going to do predictions on who we like for front runners to win Money in the Bank on the men's side and on the women's side. But that's later on in the show. Let's keep going here with our Extreme Rules review.
WWE World Tag Team Championship. The penny belts. They look like fucking pennies.
Yep.
Do they not?
They're shiny.
Yeah. Especially the toy ones in Walmart look like plastic pennies.
Yep.
The use. I'm sorry. The
Do they have Walmart in England?
Walmart? Yes, they do. I'm sure. It's worldwide again.
Oh,
We're
okay.
not just regular.
I don't know what they have in England.
What's going on? The
Doesn't
show's
look like they have toothpaste
Let me
over
bring
there.
the show back. It's going off the rails a little bit. We're both losing our speech. You're getting fired up. You've had like 6 hot tags. Let's go ahead
You missed my toothpaste.
and get the tag team title match out of the way. The Vaudevillains, which we pretty much knew was just gonna lose coming in, against the New Day. The New Day wins. New
Clean.
Day. What the New Day were great on the mic, on fire.
Oh yeah.
What was that line?
Tonight's pay-per-view was from New Jersey, and my favorite line on the microphone tonight was from the New Day. And they said, since we're in the Garden State, which for those of you who don't know what the Garden State is, it's the state of New Jersey, which is in the country of the United States of America. The Garden State is New Jersey. They said, since we're in the Garden State, we're about to put down 2 hoes. And they were talking about the Vaudevillains. I loved it.
That was fun.
Yep, liked it. That was kind of on the edge of PG there, though.
New Day moves on with the tag belts. I think they'll carry it till SummerSlam.
They have to. Hopefully Enzo's back by then, so you get to see Enzo and Cass going for the belts. That's my prediction for
The
SummerSlam.
match I don't want, the match you crave.
It has to be on one of the big pay-per-views. You can't just hold Enzo and Cass back for the whole year until WrestleMania.
It's going to hurt both guys. Like, look when the Hardys split up and they were both really over. Jeff obviously more than Matt, but they're both babyface. It did nothing. It was a feud that just went away and they tagged up within 2 weeks because it just didn't work.
Yeah, but nobody's splitting up here.
Dean
You
Ambrose.
think when the New Day loses their belts, that means they're going to split up?
No, that's not what I meant. I just meant like it was just the first thing that came to my head, like a babyface versus babyface feud that didn't work. I didn't mean about splitting up. Sorry about that.
I think a babyface versus babyface feud could actually be good for the company because that creates more suspense on who's going to win.
Not two
If you have a hot ta-
not two comedic tag teams that are over like shit. It's not going to help.
I think you got to have it.
Dean Ambrose.
We're going to get back to this.
Let-
Don't you run away from
I'm
it.
not running away.
We're
No,
gonna
I just think we're going to butt heads on it. I just don't think it'll work.
That's why people listen to this show.
Well-
They have their opinion. We have our opinion.
Point counterpoint.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, do you want to make the point, or you want me to make?
Personally, I think
I think I made my point.
yeah,
I'm
I think
clear.
a babyface versus babyface feud is great for the company, especially right now in the PG area.
Huh.
Oh, sorry to offend some, but I think one, it creates suspense for who's going to win that match because when you have a team that's hot like Enzo and Cass, that's coming up, that's just destroying everybody and their baby faces going against a hot babyface tag team champion, it creates that. It's almost like that Hulk Hogan Ultimate Warrior thing.
But it's not Hulk
Think
Hogan
about it.
Ultimate Warrior.
Think about it,
It's
though.
not- It's not that.
How much
though.
buzz was around that match?
That match? But
A
this is
ton.
the New Day and Enzo and Cass.
Yeah.
They're not selling out Skydome based on this feud.
I think this could be maybe one of the most anticipated matches of the pay-per-view.
That was also the era of no internet. It's kind of unfair. You can compare crowd reactions, kind of, I guess, but like in general, there's no internet, no spoilers, nothing. Fans are so fickle now, and they're impatient. They weren't impatient back then. You know what I mean?
I just think that this could be really good for the company. I think this also.
I just think it's going to hurt both teams.
This also gives you an opportunity to get another team involved, maybe in the finish, to where nobody really goes over. Then you save it for WrestleMania. That's how I would book it.
Unless this is it a one-off? What you're doing? Just it's one match. It's a one-off. It's
Yep.
not. It's not
No
a feud.
rematch. I think how I would book this is have these guys with a big promo.
No build-up, healing on each other, just like a match.
No, a big build-up on the match, but of course they're healing on each other. They're talking shit to each other. That's what both these teams do.
But not going like full heel.
No. But then you're waiting for them to clash. They finally clash, and then boom. Maybe the club comes out, or maybe the Usos and the club. Maybe somebody else comes out, ruins the match.
Yeah.
Both these teams go into feuds with somebody else, and then they come back and meet up at WrestleMania.
Like you said, there's enough teams. I don't see any reason why there couldn't be a tag team Money in the Bank. How crazy would that be? And look at the talent in the tag division.
Yeah.
My God.
It's
Put
deep.
an NXT tag team in there while you're at
Yeah,
it.
it's John Holmes deep right now.
Ugh.
That's
Jeez.
deep.
Jeez Louiser.
Yeah. Do they have porn over there in England?
One of my favorite porn stars is actually British.
Okay.
Shout out to Carrie Louise.
All right.
She's fucking smoking.
I'm sure Lee definitely knows who that is because I'm not going to go there. But
Well, that might be a good time for a promo break.
okay.
And I'm going to go ahead and take the promo break because you need a little bit of cool down time. My first promo is going to be like you last week, a legendary tag team from the Windy City. This is the LOD with Paul Ellering on the Slam Pigs podcast.
Oh, what a rush. Oh, yeah, that's chloroform, man.
And we're back with the Legion of Doom, the Road Warrior.
Tony Schiavone, I just happened to notice as we come on the set, Jimmy the Fly Rod Cornette and Big Blubba walk off. That makes sense. Good thinking, boys. Now, there's been a lot of talk about the Road Warriors losing their heart or their taste for violence. Well, we never had no hearts to lose to begin with. And another thing, I was back in the hometown, walking around. Me and Animal had a few days off. When we weren't fighting, we didn't really like it that way. That's just the way it is. And people say, hey, Hawk, where's your brother Animal? I said, none of your business. He's collecting money. Second of all, they said, hey, Hawk, when are we going to see you on TV fighting some more? When are you and Animal going to beat some more people up like you do better than everybody else? I said, well, we got this little problem. There ain't too many people that want to fight us. We're having a hard time finding anybody who wants to get in the four corners of the Doom with the Legion of Doom. Right, Animal? Hey, Tony Schiavone, what my brother Hulk just said is true. Ric Flair, you're out here talking about various body parts when our name in the game is wrestling, and we wish we can get our hands on you and the Four Horsemen to take all of your body parts and rip them off one by one. Now we're coming to Bloomington, Minnesota, Met Sports Center, Minneapolis, Bloomington. Get ready. The Warriors are coming. Green Bay, Wisconsin, we're coming there. And tonight, Columbus, Georgia, it's been 2 years. You're going to see what the Legion of Doom is all about. Hey, Tony, we get bigger and badder every stinking minute.
That's right, Columbus tonight. There's a lot of good fighters, but then there's some great ones. Tonight you're going to see the Legion of Doom.
And that was Hawk and Animal, the Legion of Doom, cutting a typical Legion of Doom promo. It was pretty much paint by numbers with the LOD.
They kind of went on they're kind of on the same level as Ultimate Warrior for me. A lot of their interviews made about 0 cents.
It's mainly Hawk.
Yeah.
Animal throwing his 3 cents.
Animal was just so loud. You never understood what he was saying because he was so busy screaming.
He had a fat head. Like, he took up the whole screen.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Paul Ellering, I think, was a good mouthpiece for them. I think he's the only manager that really would have fit. So it was the reason why they're one of the greatest tag teams. Well, Extreme Rules was pretty much lackluster. We have a new U.S. champion, Rusev. Defeated Kalisto.
What, you had to say Rusev? Like it was all, you couldn't say Rusev? Rusev? You're in a hurry to say it?
It feels right.
Okay.
But we have a
Sounded
new...
like you were in a hurry.
Rusev had to win this match.
Yeah.
To save his career. Do something.
I mean, they like I predicted on last show, they had to get this belt off Kalisto because he just hasn't carried it well. It didn't make much sense for him to have it. He hasn't really been defending it. They haven't really done anything to make his character grow with the belt. So
I think it goes back to Lucha Dragons after this failed Kalisto.
I think
it was a failed experiment.
I think he's on his way out, to be honest with you. Within a year or two, I think he's on his way out. But unless they bring in a cruiserweight division, I could see him as maybe like a cruiserweight champion, something like that. I just don't see
What
it.
is it about masked wrestlers never get over besides Kane? They never have. Think about it.
I don't know. I guess maybe it's
Except Mysterio, but you could say that he was made before he got there.
yeah.
You know.
But
who'd have they gotten over mask-wise from the ground up? Kane.
yeah,
Mankind. But does that really count?
he
Because
was also made before he got there, I thought.
you could see his face also.
Yeah.
Half of it. So you knew who it was. And like you said, he had... But
I like the U.S. belt on Russo.
I was actually going to say that about Kalisto's probably done.
Yeah.
He'll go Lucha Dragons and fade out with Sin Cara. Seen enough Cara in my book.
Yeah.
Either version. It's,
Either one.
yeah. New champ.
New champ, thank God he won clean. He won there with the humble. Sorry for those of you who don't know, that's Camel Clutch.
Oh, they know. They better fucking know.
If you don't know about Shiki, he talks about making you humble with that fucking Camel Clutch. You're in trouble.
And he telling me, Shiki, baby, I fuck your ass. And I say, hello. So, Natty Bo.
Okay. It definitely wasn't PG. Yeah. Sorry for the awkward silence there. I wasn't expecting that. Talking about fucking asses. But
I just had deja vu like that happened before on the show.
Oh.
It probably has.
Okay.
Probably on a post show.
Could have.
These little post shows are just...
Yeah. Well, on to the next match.
Women's. You want to kick this one off?
Charlotte versus Natalya. Rematch. For the belt.
Again.
For the belt. No Ric Flair ringside. Charlotte wins.
That's pretty much it.
Like I said, Charlotte wins. She gets the figure 8 on there. It's over.
Ball game.
About all that was exciting about that match for me.
The Club versus the Usos. The Club. Clean win.
Club, clean win. Another match that really wasn't all that exciting for me. I gave it a C. Couple good spots here and there. But I really disappointed in how they're booking the Club. Just giving them to the Usos. I mean, even though they did beat the Usos clean, I still feel like their debut should have been a lot more. As I'm saying, this one of my favorite promos is coming on. in the background. For those of you who don't know, we always have wrestling on in the background. On
This
mute.
show, we have WrestleMania 8, the famous, as you've heard on the show, bologna sandwiches program.
Yep, the bologna sandwich promo is on right now.
But I think I totally agree. I think we're agreeing about almost everything here tonight. That's rare. Except for,
Don't go there.
well,
Don't do it.
I didn't want to dig the well too deep.
Don't do it.
I just wanted to remind you it's there. So don't trip on the
Okay.
cover, the dirt covering the hole.
I'm already fired up.
Well, how long is that going to last?
Oh, it's gonna be wild
Till we go over to jolly old England.
till we get his ass on the show.
I can't believe I've yet to do this on tonight's show. Maybe at first that I haven't been a selfish prick. Make sure to check out Hibiki TMD on YouTube as you already are. Hit that like, subscribe button. Feel free to comment. We're the most interactive pro wrestling show on the internet. We like to think. We answer anything and everything.
Whether you like it or not, we're giving you an honest answer.
Hit us up. Let us know what's going on.
Let us know. You want it sucked or not?
You want that small, medium, or deep?
Yep.
But that was Extreme Rules. Baron Corbin gets a clean win over Ziggler.
Yep. I'm not going to go into that. You know how I feel about Baron Corbin.
Yeah, let's see where they go with Rollins from here. Oh yeah, the match everyone's giving bad reviews on. I think we're gonna agree. Dean Ambrose versus Chris Jericho had so much potential, squandered. What a piss poor PG fucking Extreme Rules match.
I blame it on Jericho.
Well, if that's easy.
Ambrose has had so many good matches.
Yeah, you can blame it on Lesnar too.
And to be honest, Jericho, when's the last time Jericho really had a good feud?
2009.
Don't tell me all at once here.
Well, 2009 with Mysterio.
Did you
when the
ever
mask
think-
was on the line.
Did you ever think that you would have to think that long?
Not
On
about
a good Jericho
No,
feud.
that's not on a Jericho question. Jericho used to be one of my favorites, and man, has he fallen from grace. Like good, it's like I said before last week. I think time to hang it up.
Do you think you blame it on the part-time aspect of his career, or
I blame
just
it
the
on a
fact
lot
that
of
he-
things. A lot of flip floppy,
Just the
baby
fact-
face,
yeah.
heel turn,
just
baby.
the fact that he has nothing left to do to really like wow you?
You can only turn a guy so many times, and then he's in big show territory.
Yeah.
And then it's just all.
Where's he been?
Who cares?
Okay,
I'm happy wherever you stay there. Take
Yep.
all the time you need.
absolutely.
That's Extreme Rules, Michael.
That was the pay-per-view. All in all, what do you give it, Travis?
Yeah. B minus.
All right, little
Payback was so good.
You're definitely a more generous scorer than I am.
I have a habit of comparing it to the previous month's pay-per-view. And if that month's pay-per-view satisfied me, then that's what I compare it to. If last month's was shitty, it's not so hard to give it a better grade. Maybe because I didn't like WrestleMania that much. That's why Payback scored so high. Payback compared to another. Did you
I hear
that?
it. I hear it. Yeah, I hear it. It's a little squeaky.
Squeak clean, baby.
Yeah.
As clean as they come.
Too many Steverettes. I know. Sorry, I tried that.
Yeah.
Steve Wazers. I thought maybe a Steverette was.
Just
good.
stop.
No. All right.
Will you be serious?
Sorry.
Huh.
I'll work on that.
I'll have you out of here in a second.
Too many SIGs there for Travis. Not allowed to call it what they call it over in England.
They call it.
That's right. That could offend
We-
somebody on this show.
And we don't aim to do that. We don't want to offend anyone. But cigarettes are called fags over in jolly old England.
Yep.
But in a few days, it's happening. It looks like it's happening on the horizon. Like I said, I believe he said he's going on vacation this week. So, the great debate, border wars, Michael and Lee, AMV Dark Angel, the Dallas fan, inside a steel cage, hosted by me on the Slam Pigs podcast. Anything you want to talk about tonight? I mean, we can go as long as you want. We don't have to take it home now. We can talk about that gleam
Oh.
of hate you have in your eye.
Oh, we got a
right
lot
now.
more to talk about here.
Well,
We're not taking anything
I'll
home.
tell you what. I'll take a step back. I'll ponder my thoughts, and I'll give you the reins. What would you like to discuss?
Well, next up on my agenda this evening, why don't we do our question from our little friend in England? You want to know what his question was?
I didn't get a chance to see it, so what was the question?
I don't know if we've already answered this question. It definitely might have been a question that we've asked each other. I don't know if we've done it on the show. He asked us, pick any wrestler that's never won the world title and change it. And how would you book it? That's from AMV Dark Angel. So that's our fan question of the week. He wants to know, of all the wrestlers that have never won the big one, Who would you put in that spot, and how would you have booked it
I'm
back in that time?
I'm assuming by big one, it's
Yes,
WWE.
the big belt. Do you want to go first?
you go ahead. I need a bit.
Well, I think mine's going to be a pretty obvious choice. Mine's going to be Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig. That's who the one guy that I thought should have worn the belt that never got to. And I definitely would have given him the belt back in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s when he had that run. I actually would have given it to him at WrestleMania. Let's go, WrestleMania 6. I thought that was his time. I thought he kind of got pushed to the side there. I don't know
That was
why.
his prime.
Yeah.
His back was healthy.
Yeah, I definitely would have given it to him there, or at some big pay-per-view in that year. I don't know if I would have had him with the Genius. I definitely would have had him with Bobby Heenan. Bobby Heenan would have been his manager. I haven't taken it off Hogan at WrestleMania. Not clean, obviously.
Yeah.
Little interference from Bobby. And I have him holding that belt all year till WrestleMania 7
As a heel, obviously.
as a heel.
Who,
I always
who
like
would,
Perfect
who
more
would
as a
7 be
heel.
with Hogan? A build up to Hogan?
I don't know who
Warrior?
takes it from him, but I would definitely have him hold on to that belt all year.
Because in that world, Warrior would never have been a world champion.
Yeah,
going to
you think
WrestleMania.
everybody that Warrior worked with, imagine them working with Kurt Hennig.
Yeah.
Remember the steel cage match with Rick Rude?
You mean Slaughter and Hennig at the Rumble '91? Or is that too far in the future?
That's too far. I'm talking about like Rick Rude.
Okay.
Imagine Perfect and Rick Rude working in a steel cage.
2 heels in 1990?
Yeah, but it's managed by Bobby Heenan would have been awesome.
Could have
Because
worked.
then that puts Bobby Heenan in the middle. That adds a
The only heel versus heel I can remember on a pay per view then was like Haku and Harley Race.
yeah, for who got to be the
And
king.
that was a shitstorm of a match.
Well, Harley was a little past his prime there.
You think?
But I still think that could have been a real good match. Plus, there was a lot of baby faces for Hennig to work with.
yeah.
If you think back then, you had the Ultimate Warrior. You had, well, who do you like as babyface back then in 1990? That could have got a shot. Roddy Piper?
At the world title.
Yeah.
You had Kerry Von Erich. You had Brett. He was a flip floppy singles tag guy, but he was just becoming a singles.
He
guy.
could have worked with almost anybody.
But I think it would have been way too soon for Bret Hart.
Yeah, there's so many guys he could have worked with.
Not many. You had Jake, but Jake didn't need a belt. But I mean,
Macho Man.
he was a heel in '90.
Yeah, but you could have flipped him.
Could have flipped him. My pick was a heel, like you.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the heel in me? Deep down inside,
Could
I need
be.
to embrace the hate.
I know you're such a good guy on the show.
I know it's so hard. Oh, what does that mean? I'm
Yeah.
a piece of shit off the air.
For those of you who don't know Travis, just know him by the show, he's not such a nice guy all the time.
I'll have you kicked out of here in a second.
I'd like to see you try.
Huh.
Not gonna happen. You just sit there and have another hot dog. That hurt your feelings?
Can I have mayonnaise on it?
No, you can't have any fucking mayonnaise. Ugh, made me sick.
Calm down,
It's got a
Annabelle.
lump in my throat.
Old Annabelle over here.
Ugh.
I'm really not a piece of shit off the air. So, you have your little fun and games at my expense. But I don't even know what I'm saying now, you prick.
Good.
Oh,
Glad I took you off your game.
the greatest guy to never win that big one.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
I wasn't Mr. Perfect.
I should have said the big one. I was going to say DiBiase, but he had the $1 million belt, so it's like he always had a belt anyway. And it looked a lot cooler with all the diamonds. It's a tough question.
Do you need like a Jeopardy background music or?
No. It's
Just checking.
there's a lot of guys you go with, but then you got to think about who didn't even need it. You got to narrow this down to who would have needed it the most. You could say Steamboat. I mean, come on. That 80s. I know I bring up Steamboat a lot. You're looking at me like you want to hang me by a rope in my basement, but I'm gonna say Ricky Steamboat in that '87 period. I mean, he was red hot.
That's who you're picking?
That's
Out
who,
of anybody that could have won the belt that didn't
sure. I like it.
in any era.
He was NWA champion. He carried that company. He left he would just wanted to be a dad. He wanted to retire for a while.
Okay.
I think it could have worked. He was a
How
lot.
would you have booked it? That
Put
was
it
the
this
other part
way.
of the
I'll put
question.
it this way about how much potential the old Cleveland Steamer had, Ricky Steamboat, about being the top babyface.
Just call him a Cleveland Steamer.
Well, Post show, baby.
Do you know what that is?
It came down to him and Jimmy Snuka. If Hogan wasn't stolen from the AWA to be that guy, it would have been him or Jimmy Snuka in like 84, 85, 84 instead of Hogan. I think that, I mean, it wouldn't have been as explosive, but I think it could have worked. He could have carried Steamboat. Not Snuka. Snuka could not talk. Steamboat wasn't a Shakespearean glorious fucking promo, but hey, ultimate babyface of all time is Ricky Steamboat. Never turned heel.
Well, I'd just like to thank God that Ricky Steamboat never held it instead of Hulk Hogan, because we probably wouldn't be watching it on TV today, because everybody probably would have took a big old shit on that.
Ricky Mania instead of Hulky Mania.
I mean, I thought that I definitely didn't see that one coming from you.
There's so many other down.
There's so many other guys that I would have
Well,
picked.
there is. You had DiBiase, you had Roberts, you had Piper, you've had RVD if you want to go more current. All kinds of guys.
RVD did hold it.
Owen Hart. Tell me there wouldn't
Yeah.
have been money in a heel Pillman and a babyface Austin with Austin as a champ. Pillman, I don't know, chasing it.
My next pick would have been Owen Hart. Would have been my second pick, other than Mr. Perfect.
Yeah.
I thought Owen Hart could have worked with anybody as well. In the ring, he was flawless. His only Achilles heel was that he got injured from time to time, but hey, he would have fit right in today.
Or injured other people.
Yeah.
And didn't apologize for it.
Oh, here we go.
Well, that really
He
happened.
died. Did anybody apologize to him for that?
Well, here we go.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I'm going to flip the script.
I wonder if Austin had something to do with that.
Huh. Oh.
Well, just throwing that out there. But then again, I don't have a filter on my mouth, folks. Sorry if I offend anybody. But I say what I feel. As soon as it comes to mind, it comes out of my mouth.
What if in SummerSlam 90 era, when it was Earthquake and Hogan main eventing, if that would have been for the title, and at that SummerSlam, Earthquake won the WWF title? Not even saying, like, I think that's a good idea, but what do you think would have happened? Where do you think they would have gone with that? Think it just would have gone back to Hogan like a month on a house show back then in 1990? Think it would have been done for shock value?
Like they did with The
Or
Undertaker?
do you think that would have flat out killed their business? Do you think it would have been that extreme in a negative way? To just kill the business to put it on Earthquake out of shock? I don't think so.
I mean, who's Earthquake going to work with?
Just with Hogan. Lose it in like, I don't know, in a house show in like a month or two. Because that title changes happen on house shows all the time back then.
So
remember?
you would have just did it for shock factor?
I don't know, just to mix it up a little bit. Why do we got to be so straight-laced, so much clean living?
Well,
do a little
You're talking about making it a little more current with the belt than it was back then. Changing it a little
hot
more
shotting
often.
it. Yeah.
A little more often change.
Well, if Hogan won it at WrestleMania 6, that would have been like, I don't know.
Could you imagine if wrestling was on TV back in the era when Bruno Sammartino held that belt for 8 years straight?
Ugh. I mean, like it is now, like
Yeah.
weekly.
Yeah, could you imagine
Not just
seeing the
garden
same?
shows.
Could you imagine the same person holding the belt for 8 years?
Nobody would watch it. It would go out of business. No one has that kind of patience. Most successful TV shows aren't even 8 years, all their seasons.
Well, I mean, you had the undefeated streaks with like Goldberg and stuff. What was he, like 180 something and 0?
Well, if you want to talk about that, The Undertaker's undefeated streak was decades.
Yeah.
And it worked.
So I mean,
That's
why
different, though.
couldn't somebody holding the belt that long?
That's different though. Because you're always going to have the same match. And The Undertaker's was once a year. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Imagine 8 years of Roman Reigns. Nothing but back-to-back angles like this AJ Styles one. Where it's always Roman winning clean in the end. 8
Yeah.
years of that. That's my daughter's fucking age. And I feel like I've been a parent forever. I can imagine.
Well, there you have it. Those were our picks for you, Mr. AMB Dark Angel, who I don't really care for right now. But hey, for anybody out there listening other than AMB Dark Angel, I guess you can put your comment too, because you're gonna. But
You're gonna.
you let us know.
You're in your freedom of speech.
Yep. Do they have that over there in England? Are they allowed to have freedom of speech, or is the Queen going to cut their arm off?
Will you stop? Of course they do. They have freedom of speech everywhere except like fucking
Russia?
Well, I'm not.
China?
Let me get back. I don't know. Probably not.
Cuba?
North Korea. I'm pretty sure they don't have. I don't know.
So you're telling me they have freedom of speech. So you're telling me AMB Dark Angel could go up to the Queen of England and tell her to go fuck herself.
England are friendly neighbors over the ocean
Why are they our friends?
because we've never been at war with England. Not in any time current. There's nothing going on.
Yeah, we haven't been at war with England since we beat the shit out of them in the Revolutionary War.
Yeah. Well, just
bringing that up.
I mean, recently. We're on good
I
terms.
mean, you think about England and the
They're
United
strapping
States.
old chaps.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if I was England, I'd want to be our friends too. I mean, it's like that kid that beat your ass in school. Afterwards, you kind of want to be his friend because you don't want your ass kicked over and over.
Let me just clarify here on the show. I have no problem with England. This is all... The opinions expressed by Michael over here are strictly Michael's alone. I love a lot of things out of England. I love the Beatles. The Austin Powers movies were funny. I don't mind
They
the
weren't English.
but
That's Mike Myers. He's American.
you know what I mean. Just kidding about the Austin Powers thing. But I did enjoy a lot of British wrestlers. I like Regal. I love Regal, but Michael's not too big on Regals. But I would have put the world title on him as a heel. Not one of my top picks to do it, but you could. That era was so shitty. Why not? 2008. Fuck.
But anyway,
They
let
put
us
on
know,
Great
guys.
Khali in 2008.
Let us know, guys, who you would have picked, the best wrestler and ever win the big one, and how would you have booked it? Let us know down in the comment section below on Twitter, soon to be on Facebook. Let us know what you would have done.
I want to keep going a little bit. I'm feeling it.
All right.
I got the feeling a little
All
bit.
right.
I know you have to work in the morning.
That's all right.
I have a question for you. I don't think anything we've ever done. A spontaneous question. Just because it's a post show and we got a case of the fuckets. Who is the greatest Russian wrestler of all time?
Russian wrestler?
Russian wrestler. You don't have a lot of choices. Rusev doesn't count.
Real Russian or just gimmick
Well,
Russian?
You could do gimmick Russian, but
Yeah, because then I could be wrong. Hey, I thought Neville was English.
Rusev Rusev doesn't count because back to the Neville thing. He's where Georgie. What?
Yeah,
Lee,
Georgia
let us
or-
know what the hell Georgie is, because
Yeah,
neither one of us
what
know.
the fuck is a Georgie?
Not sure. Never been across the ocean
Yeah.
to our friends to the east
Yeah.
or the west, wherever we're going.
I guess it's the East.
Depends which way you're looking at a map.
Yeah.
But the greatest Russian wrestler, I would say, in my opinion, to give you a little hint here, or a help, not a hint.
Nikolai Volkov?
I thought Nikita Koloff was booked
Oh.
pretty strong in NWA. I thought
He was ripped.
He main evented their
Not
big,
Russian, but he was booked
He was a
Russian.
rip Russian.
Yeah.
Rip roaring Russian from Ricochet, Rhode
Russia?
Island. He main evented Starrcade with Flair one year, like
Yeah.
88, 87, 88.
I always liked Nikita. I thought he was built like a brick shithouse. I thought he could actually work for a bigger guy.
He's believable.
Yeah. Now come to find out, he wasn't really Russian, of course, because like most gimmicks, they just booked him that way.
He's a Rusky.
But yeah, I like your pick there. My pick for best Russian wrestler.
It's a tough question because there's not a lot to choose from. Honestly, you could probably on one hand.
Mother Russia.
tough.
Nikolai Volkov. That would have been my most known Russian wrestler, I guess. The longest tenured. How long? He was around forever.
Shout out to Boris Zukov.
Yeah, Boris was good, but I mean Nikolai was in WWE for like over 10 years.
Oh yeah, then he was like in the corporation.
Yeah,
he's just like a poor
Yeah,
Teddy
he-
DiBiase.
he
Shout
was-
out to that gimmick.
Yeah, he was around forever. So I mean, obviously, if you're going to talk about best Russian wrestlers, you got to have Nikolai in
And
there.
instead of the dollar signs, he had the little cent
Yeah.
signs because he was.
Yeah. Yep. But you think about it. I don't know if we really want to give that one out to the fans because that's a toughie. Well, I don't know where that came from, but
I have.
thank you for the question.
You're
Were you
welcome.
thinking about Ivan Drago for
Well,
some reason?
it's just
or-
like a test run. It's funny
Okay.
because it's the top of your head, no cheating.
all right.
What would pop in your head?
All right. You want me to give you one?
And bam.
You want me to give you one?
I want
All
it.
right. Let me think of one here.
I want
Question for you.
it. I want it like Rosa Mendez wants a sex change.
All right.
She wants to go all the way.
Who is the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time? In your opinion.
Certain eras or all eras or
Ever. Who is the best IC champ of all time?
Ezekiel Jackson. I'll tell you why. When he beat Cody Rhodes at like Money in the Bank or whatever, that crowd was stunned silent. They were just so ready for Ezekiel to win that belt. I'm telling you. He was like the second coming of Ahmed Johnson, and the fans have begged for that for over a decade. Ahmed Johnson was over. So, Ezekiel Jackson.
I really hope you aren't serious right
Of
now.
course I'm not serious.
Okay.
It's honestly, I'm going to cheat a little bit because I cannot find the Macho Man Randy Savage. It was going to be him or Mr. Perfect.
Well, explain. Why is
Randy-
he? Why is he your greatest Intercontinental Champion ever?
Randy Savage was more of a total package. Lex Luger. And that's an amazing moment. And I'll tell you why. Because on our side screen, the total package Lex Luger is doing his bodybuilding, the WBF interview at WrestleMania 8. The exact moment I looked over and said total package. So I'm a little creeped out. Maybe there's certain spirits tampering with Luger stuff, but some bored ghosts.
So you went with Macho Man because he's the total package?
Yeah. More so than Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect was too, but Macho more. That's why Macho actually got the belt and the run he
I
had.
thought Macho got the belt out of some politicking
Either way, he got the belt.
by Hogan.
And in that era, that's when Hogan made no holds barred. They'd run house shows with like Hogan on one strip, like the A shows, and Macho on the B shows. And Macho's, the business was even. It was crazy.
Huh.
Huh. Huh.
All right. My greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time.
Man, that's a great shirt.
Talk about the one I'm wearing? Or?
No. Well, no.
Pretty good shirt. It's my ring gear. My blue Under Armour.
Your pick.
My pick for Intercontinental Champ. Best one ever. Let's see here. I guess I gotta be me.
It's not so easy, is it?
Gotta be me, Bret the Hitman Hart.
Thanks. Okay.
Yep. My
Fair enough.
favorite Intercontinental Champion of all time is Bret the Hitman Hart. Just like you said, because I thought he was a total package.
I'm sure our listeners, as well as I, are floored, stunned that your pick was Bret Hart.
Probably not.
Huh.
But, hey, I like what I like. The guy was flawless in the ring. Thought he was pretty good on the mic. I thought he could work with anybody, with any belt that he held. He could work with a face. He could work with a heel.
That's one of those
He
questions.
could work
that
with
are
a
just-
big guy.
Yeah.
He could work with a little guy.
King of the Ring 93, prime example of Bret's work style.
He could work with anybody and have a really, really good match. So, like you said with Macho, I thought he was a total package. I thought the fans were interested in all of his matches. I thought they believed in him as the Intercontinental Champion. And to be honest, I was pretty upset when he lost the IC belt the last time.
Yeah.
But then he won the big one. So kind of like Macho, he went from holding that IC belt like you're supposed to hold it, getting fans behind you, getting you into that main event.
It's when the IC belt was like the test run.
Yeah, and
That
they
worked.
both passed.
Yep. Flying
So, I mean, you got Macho winning the belt shortly after he lost to Tito. He had that face turn, and bam, he's holding the belt. Bret loses the Intercontinental belt to Bulldog, and just a couple months later, he's winning the big belt off of Ric Flair.
And Bulldog lost that belt in like a month. Shawn
Yeah,
Michaels
so,
on
I mean-
Saturday night's main event.
Yeah, so, well, Bulldog got injured. But
But he never went to WCW. He never came back.
Yeah.
Remember?
but
What was up with that?
you'd have to ask Bulldog, but I guess
Well,
you can't.
I can't. Huh.
Hey, but, oh, wait, he's from England, isn't he?
Well,
Oh, so he didn't last real long as IC champ.
let me just do something here real quick. Michael, keep spout. Well, go ahead. I want the fans to know what we have to deal with to deliver a serious type professional show.
The Mountie gonna electrify you, and the Repo Man, he's throwing away the carcasses. Yeah!
That's just an example. That was Jerry Sags cutting a promo alongside Brian Knobbs, the Mountie, and Repo Man at WrestleMania 8.
In case you're wondering, Tom Cushney already has his Extreme Rules review up. Don't know why. I guess he thought about as much of it as I did. But yeah, that's what we have to deal with on the background.
And it doesn't get any easier because we
Hey,
have Virgil with a nose guard.
guess what?
Alongside Sergeant Slaughter.
How do you feel about Tom Cushney?
Honestly, I never heard of the man until you told me
Yeah.
about him.
You know where he's from?
Jolly old England.
Yeah, he's from England.
Here we
So
go.
we've heard his shows before, haven't we? We've
Saddle
heard his
up. Is
podcast.
this how you want to take it home
Yep.
this week? 'Cause
We're not taking it home. We still got a lot to go over.
Well, we're about out of show.
We're not on a
It's getting a
show.
little late.
No.
Let's just
We still got
post-show.
prediction. We still got Money in the Bank predictions.
Well, that's not. We don't even know one match. How are we going to make predictions?
I'm talking about
who's
early front runners.
front runner for
Yeah.
me would be.
Hey, don't rush it. I'm not
Well-
done.
Okay. You take your time, but let's not go overboard.
I'm just saying.
We got a lot of We've done a lot of shows this week, guys.
Well-
This is our third show in a week.
Look, this guy's trying to get off of here and go to bed because, you know,
Well-
he's not trying to give you full
Well,
effort here on the podcast.
Let me do.
See, I'm a broadcast journalist. I like to give my fans a full effort.
Lance Storm, can I be serious for a moment?
Go ahead.
I do want to make a shout out real quick, in all seriousness, to the local indie wrestling group over where we live. In Martinsburg, West Virginia today, I attended NWL Wrestling, and they presented my daughter, who's had a lot of health issues for years, with the Princess Warrior Award. And it was great. The Patriot, Tom Brandy, in the house. Got to meet Tom Brandy. A little weary about asking him on the show, so I didn't. I mean, and he did leave midway through the show.
Wasn't
anyway.
the real Patriot anyway, so.
It wasn't Del Wilkes. But
Yeah.
we're going to have one of the people behind the scenes that bring the NWL to his name's Logan Myers, and he's going to be on one of the podcasts here in next coming months. So Logan's a good guy. He really taken to Jocelyn, and they were really nice. It was awesome. She got to make her entrance with their world
I
champion.
did see that. That was pretty badass.
The video is on Twitter, guys. I mean,
Hey,
I don't like to bring up a lot of personal stuff, but this was a
I
great
look
event.
forward to having Logan on the show. He's American. He works in the business.
Why do you got to do that? A lot of things happening this summer on the Slim Pigs podcast. A lot of guests coming up. So
We're also going to have the one of the famous wrestlers from NWL on this show.
Old Jerky, Jerkface, the big New
Jerkface.
Yorker. Well, now he's known as JF Jones, which I think short for Jerkface Jones. That's how they presented
Okay.
him at the show tonight. So JF Jones, Jerkface, we'll have you on. That'll be an interesting one because you think the tension with Michael and Lee is high. We got a little history here, going
Jerk-
back to Texas Justice, chop lessons. It was all there.
Don't you worry, Jerkface. I got some hard questions waiting for you when you come on this show. You and I have a long history. It goes years back. You don't want to be on this show. I don't know why you're asking to be on it. You know what happens when you're going to be on this show. You're going to be outclassed, outworked, and be outthought. That's the way it happens on this show. When you come on my show and you try to outwit me, you're not going to win. So that goes out to all of you that want to be guests on this show. You better bring your hard hat and your lunch pail because you're going to be in for a long day.
Will you be serious for a moment?
Oh, I'm dead serious right now.
Well, it's going to be interesting. That's all I've got to say on it.
But let's go ahead with our early front runners for Money in the Bank.
Dean Ambrose.
So that's your pick for the men.
That's my pick for the men. Or Kevin Owens. More Dean Ambrose. Michael?
I mean, those are definitely front runners for me. I think Sami Zayn has to be put in there.
Too early.
AJ Styles has to be put in there. I think he's going to be in that match.
Too late. It's too early and it's too late. Back to back. AJ Styles, too late. Sami Zayn, way too early.
All right.
If they were going to do with Styles, it had to be in this feud, and it's over now.
And I think you might have a debut or two in that match.
He's no Jim Duggan in '92. I know that much.
Well, I'm just saying, I think you might see
Jim Duggan?
You might see a little Finn Balor in that match.
What if it was Jim Duggan? He just came out to hit someone with the board. And
One Money in the Bank.
would that shut down business? Is that bad enough to shut down business?
Definitely, well, you were talking about wow factor before, shock value.
I think it's enough to break the internet.
Jim Duggan wins Money in the Bank.
Oh my God.
Don't give Vince any ideas. Jesus Christ.
Let's give Duggan a call.
Yeah, he could come in and win it.
A lot of guys are hurt.
You could hear Triple H in the back. I don't know, Vince.
Dad, it's not a good idea. He's
Yeah.
64 years old. Oh, fuck it. Nonsense. Call Duggan.
I'm 70-some, and I can still get in there.
He's still a name.
Yeah, that's definitely Vince.
That's definitely Vince.
Yep, he's still a name. Yeah. And so is friggin' Butch Reed.
No, he's not. He never was.
He's another hacksaw.
Jim Duggan was a name at one point. He was like a Dean Ambrose type popular. Not like character, but like popularity. Kind of like mid, He gets the crowd up.
He got everybody to go, ho!
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Congratulations,
Got everybody-
Garden State.
Yeah, you got
You
everybody.
know, I don't like New Jersey. You want to talk about things we don't like that? I do. Every person I've ever met from New Jersey has been utterly rude, obnoxious, and thought their shit didn't stink like everyone else's.
You know what I hate
all
about
their
New
shit
Jersey?
smells the same.
I hate something about New Jersey, too. You're not allowed to pump your own gas in New Jersey.
I don't like the Devils either.
I went up to Atlantic City to go play in a poker tournament in New Jersey. For those of you who don't live in America, Atlantic City is in New Jersey. I went up there to play in a poker tournament, and we stopped at a gas station there, about 20 minutes outside of the casino. I get out of the car to pump the gas. A guy comes running out like I just stole something. I'm standing there pumping my gas. He comes running towards me. I thought he had a weapon or something. I was ready to kick his ass. He comes running. He said, "Whoa, what the hell are you doing?" I said, "I'm pumping my gas, dude. What the fuck are you doing?
You have to go in first,
And
apparently.
and no, you're not allowed to pump your own gas in New Jersey.
Oh,
State law.
that's...
There are no self-service gas stations there.
Well, honestly, it makes more sense with gas and goes and stuff. People
Yeah,
do
but a
it.
lot of gas stations, you think they'd get with the times here and make it like most gas stations where
With
you
a
have to
card.
prepay.
Oh, yeah.
You have to prepay before you pump.
Right.
So,
That's
but
ridiculous.
I was definitely a little offended. Somebody outside of the state, and I had this guy come running at me like I stole something. He's lucky I didn't punch him in the mouth. But anyway, he had to pump the rest of my gas while I sat in the car and paid him. I guess that's supposed to be more convenient for people, but obviously it wasn't for me because I was already through half a tank of gas when he came out there before he even noticed. So I would have had to sit in the car for 10 minutes before he even fucking noticed I was there. So who's really helping whom?
Just shows how New Jersey thinks.
Yeah, New Jersey. Stupid.
Anyway,
But
that was Extreme Rules 2016.
my picks,
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
like I said, Ambrose,
Whoopsie.
AJ Styles,
Whoopity doodle.
Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens.
Well, you're saying like 4 guys.
Yeah, hey,
Choose one.
we're talking front runners.
Front runners.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're not. And you picked Dean Ambrose. That's your only front runner, I guess. And
Well,
Kevin
I
Owens.
said Owens.
Yeah, but I think also you could see maybe a Finn Balor debut in this match. Maybe
Possibly.
maybe as a mystery participant.
We might.
And who else would you put in this match as maybe the 6th person?
Oh, you put Cesaro in there.
That would also be a good pick.
Great guy to have him.
Yep.
Safe working guy.
But usually, you know, they like to put a big guy in there, so hopefully they don't put Kane or Big Show in that.
Well, Cesaro isn't little.
Yeah, but
Kane
you know,
or Big Show is not going to be in Money in the Bank.
I really hope
Baron
not.
Corbin could be the
Yeah,
big guy
maybe.
that he could go for
I hope
more
not.
so than Kane or
I really hope not. Maybe you see a returning John Cena.
Apollo Cruz.
Yeah, you could see Apollo Crews. You could see John Cena. You could see maybe a returning Randy Orton.
Please don't put John Cena in there.
Well, I think
I think he's going to feud with Rusev
I think-
and do the open challenge again, and he's going to beat
we
Rusev.
already
at some-
beat Rusev.
Well,
It's already
I
been
think
done.
they're out of ideas.
But I think more than anything, I could see John Cena winning Money in the Bank and declaring that he's going to cash in at SummerSlam. Hopefully, it's not against Roman Reigns.
There's that guy,
Yeah.
Vladimir. Virgil doesn't always get a win at SummerSlam. I was going to say that guy. Not even SummerSlam.
You're comparing
WrestleMania.
John Cena to Virgil.
Man, it's late in the post show.
Okay.
I'm all over the place with that one.
Women's front runners for Money in the Bank.
There is no money.
Hey, if there is,
If there is,
I think there should be. I think there might be.
I think we're in agreement. 1, 2, 3.
Sasha Banks.
She will go to SummerSlam. Either way, there's a lot of matching on. I think she's
Or even Marie.
win. Nia Jax. Why you gotta do that? Why you gotta? We had a good thing going with the Sasha Banks, and you gotta put that redheaded bimbo in.
Well,
there.
even Marie kind of sounds like a British name. No? Alright. Just saying. Just throwing it out there.
I want to say, do you want to sign off for this our first ever Extreme Rules post show?
Yeah.
It's also a historic show.
I think I have a little something to do before we sign off.
Well, first of all, I'm the host, and I'll say when it's time to sign off.
Okay.
All I was saying was, maybe I am a piece of shit off the air.
Yeah, see that?
Whoopsie.
Yeah, did you hear that, guys? That's what I deal with every fucking week.
First
And
of all,
I'm made to look like the asshole in this
First of
show.
all, if you guys could catch the promo at WrestleMania 8, how much cocaine was Ric Flair on? Look at his eyes.
Oh, see, he's trying to change the subject. How much of an asshole he just sounded like.
I run the show.
Uh-huh.
You run and get the beers. That's how this goes.
You've lost your fucking mind.
What if I was really like that? Whenever you're over here, you shut the fuck up unless I look you in the eyes. And you make me a sandwich if I snap my fingers twice.
Uh-huh.
If I snap them once, I have to take a piss. If you follow me, I will cut off your face.
I would tell you to pass the crack pipe because you're obviously on
I'll
something.
feed it to my dog like a slice of bologna.
Yeah, you're obviously you would obviously be on crack or something if that's how you were going to talk to me.
That was the Extreme Rules post show.
Okay. Well, on that note, I think there's a little something I have to attend to.
Please attend to it properly.
Oh, you're trying to censor me? Is that what you're doing?
Let's just call a spade a spade. Like I said earlier, I don't think Lee had any cruel intentions. Great movie. Great 90s movie, by the way. See a little boobies. I don't think he had anything. I just think you're taking a little over the top like Sylvester Stallone. So, you want to be strong like a truck and turn your hat backwards, or do you want to take the low road?
Well, firstly, let me just get that giggle out of the way. I have never taken the high or low road. I tell it like it is. I have no filter, and I'm going to respond properly to the way that I was addressed on YouTube.
I don't think you were addressed rudely or inappropriately. I think he was just saying.
You know what really offended me?
Do we have to play the clip?
Yeah. For those of you who haven't listened to the clip, here it is.
Lee?
This is you on YouTube addressing me. For those of you who haven't heard it, this is it here live on the Slam Pigs podcast.
Well, let's hear it. And we're back. That was the rebuttal. Or that's not a rebuttal.
I guess it was. I guess because maybe I did call him out a little bit.
Yeah, there you go.
I was just letting him know that I was going to be asking some hard questions. I wasn't going to be Mr. Nice Guy host.
Well, let me tell you, I totally heard the hate and disdain in Lee's voice. He sounded so angry, like he was out for blood. So it's my job.
Are you trying to antagonize me right now?
No, I'm saying you're overreacting a little bit.
Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Well, let me go over the biggest offensive thing that happened on this little YouTube video.
Do you have a list for us, or is this?
No, this is the biggest thing.
Thank God, because I don't think I can take another list this week.
For those of you might have just gotten the audio, you couldn't see the visual. Biggest thing that offends me with you, Lee, you couldn't just speak from the heart, could you? You had to read. You don't think we didn't notice you were reading off a screen or something? Okay, we saw your eyes rolling, and we heard how you were talking. You were talking like you were reading something. And personally, it sounded like you have about a 7th grade reading education, because you read so slow and deliberate, I thought I was listening to Charlotte. I mean, honestly, he talked as slow as Charlotte on a microphone.
I don't think he did.
Are you kidding me? Hello, my name is Lee.
I think.
AKA AMV Dark Angel.
I think it's going to be exciting to have Lee on without prompting, without a teleprompter.
Yeah, hopefully he can be as witty as he is when he's reading something, when he's not reading something. Because on this show, do we read anything, Travis? Do we have a teleprompter?
We read the back of our hands. I don't know.
We read nothing on this show. You know what we do on this show? We speak from the gut. Okay, we go one after the other. We don't really have much format on this show. We go over what we're going to talk about maybe a little bit beforehand. But as far as the show goes, you guys listen how off topic we get on this show. You could not write a script for that.
But point counterpoint, Lee is very passionate about wrestling and has a lot of good.
Well, that's good. If
stuff.
he's going to be passionate about
I'm talking
wrestling,
about the YouTube comments.
Okay.
He talks a lot.
Yeah.
So that's all him.
Hey, that's great. I'm glad he does that. But like I said,
I feel like
if you're going to get into a battle of wits with me, you better not be reading anything, okay? Because I don't need to read anything to tear you to shreds.
I feel like this isn't where this was meant to go.
Well,
I feel
that's
like
where it's going.
Why are you so angry?
I'm not angry. This is just how I get. When I get pumped up, you want to challenge me to a battle of the wits, you better be ready.
Will
because
you be serious?
If you need to write things down and read them, you go ahead. If you need to take notes or whatever, you might as well take notes, because if that's how you come back at me, you're going to need to take a lot more notes than what you've already taken.
Lots of people have done it. The Angry Video Game Nerd is guilty of putting his script in the background. A lot of people.
But when you call
scripts.
somebody out, do you read off a paper?
I don't think he was calling you out. I just think.
He definitely did. He mentioned my name,
So-
and he said, "I look forward to the hard questions." And wait a minute, how did he say this? I am willingly. Sorry, because I guess he was reading it on the paper, and that was a big word for him.
Oh.
He couldn't get it out, so he had to kind of sound it out before he could say it. I know, like, I don't know what the education system's like there in England, but I know what the education system's like here.
I want to pull you back a little bit. I think that Ricky Morton fire needs a little dampened. I think it's too hot right now in here.
I don't think so. I think I'm just fine.
But can we admit though that it is going to be great to have Lee on the show, and he's been a listener since day one. It's going to be great to have him on, and this is going to be therapeutic. It's going to be great for you guys to you got to be excited about finally getting verbal with Lee. Are you at least excited for that?
Oh, I'm ready.
You're ready.
I'm not going to say I'm excited about it, because personally, I could care less.
Well,
but I feel like he's very outmatched when it comes to wits. If he really wants to take a step into the deep end without his paperwork, without his notes, he can come get some. But other than that, it would just be another day at the office for me.
I feel like on this episode I have to insert something at the beginning that says the opinions viewed in this podcast by Mike Larkin are solely on that part of Mike Larkin.
Hey, if that's what you have to, if I'm offending people,
I think you're just being a little overreacting a little bit.
personally, I'm a broadcast journalist. Okay? This is what I do. All right? I'm not here to please everyone.
Well,
okay?
if you're so damn professional, put your fucking phone on silent there, Bobby. Bootsy. But hey, it's been another great show, Michael. Hey, man. In all seriousness, thank you so much.
Hey, thanks
And
for
you
having
know
me.
what? I was almost floored this week because it was Michael almost every show this week to call me or text me or whatever about it. So thank you, man.
It's time to do shows when it's time to do shows.
It's always a blast.
I'm
doing
glad
this
we
with
did
you.
that show about the Rollins return.
Oh, yeah,
That's
it
why I
worked.
wanted to do it right then because,
That's why we do this.
yep,
We like to keep people informed.
sure do.
Let's put it this way: if someone had only listened to our shows, and
Huh. Well, now you know. Well, our spoiler
Hey.
alerts are real.
spread the word, guys. Thanks for listening to Hibiki TMD on YouTube. You can find all kinds of retro game reviews, retrospectives, and this real measly wrestling podcast that is going international like coffee. Whoopsie. Michael, you want to sign off for the night officially?
Hey, thanks, guys, for listening to the podcast once again. Appreciate all you listeners out there. If I offended you, that's your problem. If I didn't offend you, awesome. I'm glad you guys are with me, expressing your opinions out loud like I do. For those of you in jolly old England,
Free your mind and
Yeah.
the rest will follow.
yeah. That was, yeah,
Because express yourself.
yeah, I guess.
Post show, baby.
Yeah, that was good singing voice there.
I'm pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you could win a karaoke contest
I think I have. I just don't remember.
in Haiti.
Ugh. Glad I'm wearing shorts.
But anyway, guys, thanks for listening. Appreciate it. Hey, Lee, come get it whenever you're ready, buddy.
Hopefully Wednesday, Thursday we're going to do this.
Whenever. I'm ready to go. Whenever you're ready to go.
I don't think we're going to have, well, there's no pay-per-view next week, so we're not going to have.
So what kind of timetable are we looking at since we're having, jolly
Not
old
sure.
England on the show?
I'm not sure about the time zone situation. I'll contact
What
later.
are they, like 5-6 hours ahead of us? So
Maybe 10.
we're gonna have to do it. We're gonna have to do it.
10.
We're gonna have to do it a little earlier than normal. Probably. He'll probably be in. Well, he might not be in bed.
A lovely afternoon
He'll
podcast.
probably be up. But at least that's just my opinion.
Well, if it's in the afternoon, we can have some sweet tea and talk
Yeah.
about.
And Lee can put on his little headset microphone and be ready for the show. Hopefully he's got a teleprompter ready for his responses. He can type them before he says them. I don't need that personally. I think I'm going to tear him to shreds.
Thank you, Michael.
Hey, thank you.
And we'll see you this week. Sunday.
Yeah.
We'll see you this week on the Slam Pigs podcast. Thank you guys so much again for listening, tolerating our excitement, our passion, our anger, our hostility, our whatever, because that's the Slam Pigs podcast. That's what you like. That's what you asked for. Let us know in the feedback comment section down below. Hit the like, subscribe. We'll catch you guys. Have a great week on the Slam Pigs podcast.
Harley Race.
USA #1. England.
The Slam Pigs Podcast.
Hey guys, you can follow me on Twitter at the Hibiki TMD. Check out the Hibiki TMD Facebook group for everything retro gaming, pro wrestling podcasts, and everything in between. Thanks for watching another video, and thanks for stopping by on Hibiki TMD.
Hey, what is going on here?